When in Doubt is from Shakespeare by Liz Buller and Peter Livingstone.
So the basic principle of the Shakespeare effect is to use one's knowledge of Shakespeare as well as literary works credited to him in order to evaluate and understand key principles in literature. So while you're reading, try to connect what you're reading to a Shakespeare work that you're familiar with. And once you understand that Shakespeare work, you'll be able to understand what you're reading, because the two will be connected, or often they'll be connected.
The first part of our first example are these quotes: to be or not to be, and double double, toil and trouble. So even though you may have never read or seen a rendition of Hamlet or Macbeth, you've probably heard of these quotes. Authors help keep quotes like these alive by incorporating them into modern-day creative pieces. And of course, we have the famous Romeo and Juliet and West Side Story. West Side Story is incredibly similar to Romeo and Juliet. Both have the intensity of love as their key concept. The plot of West Side Story was modernized in order to grasp the attention of people today, instead of the ever so typical, or dare I say plain, Romeo and Juliet. In order to fit today's audience, they wrote this Romeo and Juliet rendition as rival gang members.
The two methods authors utilize to use the Shakespearean effect are remaking a story and twisting a story while keeping the meaning of the lesson. This is how you're going to find the Shakespearean effect and understand what it is you're reading. Relating what you're reading to a Shakespeare work helps you find the message. So an example of reusing a story is West Side Story, which remakes Romeo and Juliet. An example of twisting a story is A Thousand Acres, which is a twist of Hamlet. So the Shakespearean effect is important because authors attempt to use lessons in his writing to fit into modern times. Understanding and searching for his words and plots in different authors' writing is key to understanding much of modern literature.
Much like the West Side Story and Romeo and Juliet example before, 10 Things I Hate About You is a rendition of William Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. Once again, they share a similar plot, and even the names are a tribute to Shakespeare's original play. Cat for Katharina, and Bianca is used for both. Bianca is portrayed as the easygoing and normal sister, while Kat, or Katharina, is viewed as the oddly independent woman. This just goes to show how subtly writers incorporate Shakespeare into their literature.
So in summary, Shakespeare is a guideline for many authors to use. Once you grasp the general theme of a Shakespeare work and connect that to the piece of literature you're reading, it's going to become easier to trace the theme of the story.